Hi, so this is my first time doing a voiceover because, not really a huge fan of how my voice sounds listening back to it, but I'm trying to fight through that and, do it anyway. It took so many attempts to get to what you are now currently listening to, so many that I just listened to, I'm like, ew, no, deleted, try again. So with that out of the way, let's get to what this video is actually about, fairies. So in April, I decided to draw fairies, fairy every day, because I don't even remember where it was, but somewhere I had seen Fapril mentioned, and obviously it didn't take off quite like Mermaid did, but I didn't care. I wanted to draw fairies. So I started making a list of all the different fairy characters that I could think of. Neopets, the Disney fairies, of course, with Tinkerbell and her friends. And then the list wouldn't have been complete without the Barbie Fairytopia movies. Because I remember watching those when I was little. And had to draw Elina, and I had the hardest time deciding what look I wanted to do for her, because if you've ever seen them, you know that she's basically changed her look like in each movie. So in the end, I decided to do all of them. And only counted them as one day of Fapril, because as I was looking over my list of all the fairies, I realized, wow, I actually have more fairies than there are days in April that I would like to draw. So I did 3 that counted for a day in Fapril. I'd have to double check which day it is. They all kind of blended together in the end, which I then did in between recording this voiceover. It was day 24. I'm glad that I took the time to make a playlist on my YouTube of all the different days of April, because that actually made it a lot easier to double check, just scroll through, and I'm like, oh, there's Elina. She ended up later in the month, since finishing all 3 of them ended up taking a while. So I think I actually started her near the beginning, and I finished, 1 or 2 of them. But by the time I finished all 3, it's like, okay, well, she trying to keep up with each day of April, she ended up later in the month then. I ended up drawing a few different Fairytopia characters, because they have such fun, colorful designs, but out of all of them, I think drawing Elina was my favorite. Just the pure nostalgia of doing her. If I had to pick a favorite outfit, I don't know if I could, honestly. Thus why I struggled deciding which to do for her before I did all 3. They're all really fun to draw. I mean, I guess the second one, like that you're watching right now, with the darker pink, was a little tricky because her wings are so intricate compared to like especially her first outfit in the first movie. But it's so satisfying once it's done the way it looks. So I do really love her first 2 outfits from the 2 movies, but I do really like the rainbow one because I like colors. I like the rainbows. So there is kind of a 3-way tie because each design has like their own thing that I really like about them. But yeah, so I really like the way that this one turned out, and even after the wings, I took it easy on myself and hid the hands. And as you can see now with the rainbow one, I decided, you know what, gotta give Bibble some love, so I included him with her, because I thought it'd be cute, and he'd especially look nice next to her rainbow design, lots of colors, might as well commit to it, make this the most colorful one. So 4 minutes in, I should probably mention something about the art supplies I used in making all these pieces. So alcohol markers, majority of the Ohuhu ones, but I also have like, some Copic and Arctics ones, and I wrote them all down, but it's a safe assumption it's probably, even without checking, it was probably like a combination of them, but mainly the Hoo-Hoo ones. I love alcohol markers. They're just so satisfying to color with. I love them. And then, as you may have seen my processes, I sketch it out. Then I like to do the line art, erase all of it, and then start in on coloring. I know I've seen like some people where they have the sketch, they line it up, and then they go over it with the alcohol markers, and then do the line art, like Drawing with Waffles, love her art. But for me, I like to have the clean line art and then like have that done and then start coloring it, because if I end up messing up, like going over the eyes, like the face has to be right, or else like that's the first place my eyes go when I'm looking at a piece. So if I mess that up, there's not that much point in trying to make the rest of it nice. So I'd like to have that out of the way right away. Okay, have the line art done, still like the face, let's go in. Okay, the last Elina is basically colored, and now we're moving into the section where I show the final result, and then I go back and I show all three of them together right now. There it is, where I kind of show off all three of them. So that brings us to the end of the video. Hopefully you all like this attempt at something different and enjoyed my rambling, I guess. Well, see you next time, hopefully. Bye!